How was it, Jeff?
It was good.
Was it the pancake-induced results that you normally expect?
Well, let's talk about it.
This has
Now,
no sense of smell. You don't need to close that.
Well, Mark, let me ask you a question. You had the same dish as I did last night, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
And it was a chicken chimichanga, and there was rice, too.
Yes, there was.
But it wasn't just rice, was it? Was there anything with the rice?
Well, there was some green peppers in there. I think there was some red peppers in there.
Anything else?
I can't remember.
Well, the Indians call it maize. What do we call it here in the United States?
Dirt.
No.
Carrots.
Corn.
Corn.
Corn. Gotta go.
Wait.
I don't like this kind of.
Where are we right now? I don't think we have.
Cut.
I don't think we have any photographic evidence of what we do down here.
We'll have to have a professional.
Now, this is a momentous occasion. I'd like to know exactly.
We've already discussed the corn incident. Apple Red.
All right.
And this is the 13th of the 14 songs that we hope to do on our demonstration tape, which is tentatively titled Candy Apple Red. So this will be the title cut, although that does not imply that it is a better song than any of the other 14. It just implies that it has the coolest title of any
Just
of the
implies
other
that
14.
you asserted your will to write the title cut.
No, I think I came up with the title Candy Apple Red as the name of the album, and I thought, hey, why don't I just write a song of the same name?
Okay, yeah, you did think of the title, so I guess you get to write the title cut.
Well, I don't really see it that way, Mark. I just see it as a cool name for an album and a cool name for a song.
I know, but my car song could have been called Candy Apple Red.
Well, but I did think of it, and I
That's
think
what I
if
said, you idiot.
If either of us are going to use it, it should be the one who came up with it.
Right, that's what I said. So where are we in the songwriting process right
In
now?
the songwriting process, Mark, who is really the technical genius here, he is the man who works all of the equipment, the drum machine, the mixer, the effects panel over there, the 8-track, the reel-to-reel tape. He is in the process of translating my ideas into actual sounds, adding his ideas at the same time. I have no technical facility for that kind of work, and I must rely on Mark 100% for that kind of thing.
So what, are we about halfway through the drum track?
I say we're about halfway through the drum track. We'll have to listen to it one time all the way through, and probably other minor modifications will be necessary. An extra measure and taken out, an extra measure added in, those kind of things always seem to happen. And then we basically listen to the whole thing, think about how we want to record it, what kind of effects we want to use on it, and then I believe it would be time to start laying down the guitar portions, which also will require a lot of work between the two of us, because I don't have 4-track facilities up in New York where I am, so I can't play things at the same time, and I have not been able to hear in my head exactly what I want to hear, so we'll have to experiment a good deal.
Okay, we'll check back with you later.
Thanks.
Fade out.
We're talking to Mark Corallo. Mark, it's now 10:48.
No, it's later than that.
Now it's almost 12.
Does that say 10:48?
Yes.
I guess I haven't changed it since the time change.
So let's say it's about 11:40 here in the Spidell studio. We're checking back about a half hour or so after we last recorded. What have you done in the intervening half hour?
Well, I think we've got the drum part finished now. We haven't actually recorded it yet. Our new production techniques entail a lot more involved drum recording than we did in the past. In the past, we used to just plug one chord from the drum machine into one channel on the board, and just let it go without any equalization at all. But we now separate out the various drums, run them into their separate channels, and EQ each in order to, for instance, bring out the most of a cymbal, to bring out the most of a tom-tom, and try to make each drum, each percussion instrument stand out on its own. So that's our next step, and also how we're going to affect the drums. We've sort of been settling into what is called killer drums, which gives it sort of a powerful concert hall type reverb effect. Gives it more presence than just there's not enough presence to that at all.
So what exactly do you have in mind? Can you give me a killer drums now?
Let me see if I can or not. Yeah, I think I can get that for you. I think I can do that for you. See? With, without. With, without. So that's where we are. I think we're going to take a little break now, and are you zooming in right up on my face? Take a little break now, and then get back to work on the
Mark,
on the string instruments.
you and Jeff working hard on the project?
We're working hard, but I think we're having a good time. It's a good weekend.
When two fellows work hard on laying down tracks on wax like that, what might you be eating for a snack?
Well, for a snack,
Yes. Potato sticks.
that's for lunch. Potato sticks.
Okay, what would you eat for? Let's take two.
Well,
what
we've
would
got
you
a few.
What would you eat for a snack?
Well, potato sticks for one.
What kind of potato sticks?
Durkee, fresh from the can.
Durkee, take two. Durkee potato sticks in the Stay Fresh pack.
Durkee potato sticks in the Stay Fresh.
Take two. Take three. What do you guys eat after you record, Mark?
Durkee,
Wait, stop. Mark Corallo, you've just recorded another hit song. What are you gonna eat now?
Durkee potato sticks in the Stay Fresh can.
And why do you eat those? Why do you eat that brand?
Because no other brand will suffice.
Cut. That's a print.
I just gotta take this in first. Well, according to the clock on this thing, it's 3:47.
Yes. Hi.
Hi. How are we?
Well, as of 3:47, Mark and I have finished the
Video camera standard time.
Mark and I have finished the guitar part of the song. This was a little tricky because there was a lead part and a rhythm part, various parts being played together. And what we did was we just worked out the song so that some guitar parts were done on one track and the other ones were done on the other track. So when you put them both together, it sounds exactly the way we wanted it. And we arranged the tracks so that it would just maximize the ease of which I could play. That no two quick parts would follow each other on one track, that a quick part would be followed by a quick part on the other track, so it all could be done nice and slowly and without any real choppiness between. It wasn't the best playing I've ever done, but it's a tough part, it's very fast, it's very fuzzy, and there's a lot of room for error, so we just decided to leave it the way it was. With the drums and the fuzz guitars and the bass pumping in, as I know it shortly will be, there's no way anyone's going to be able to pick out the stuff. It's just not worth doing it over and over again. I believe the next thing that Mark is going to be writing a bass part, which he's going to mix into this, and then he's going to do some kind of exterior bounce using, you may want to zoom in here, that reel-to-reel recorder. Then it's all going to be mixed together, giving us two free vocal tracks, wherein we're going to probably double track my vocals, and Mark will also be adding some harmonies on the middle slow part of the song. I think for the next hour or so, Mark's going to be working on a bass part. I'm going to retire upstairs, maybe take a shower, and maybe work on the lyrics. I need one more set of lyrics for the last verse. I have a couple of lines in my mind. I want to try and get a Brooklyn angle into this song as much as possible. And that's pretty much where we are at at the 4:42 on Saturday afternoon. So I think we got a couple more hours to work tonight, and it seems if we can get an early start tomorrow, we should be able to be finished no trouble. Thanks. Mark, it's now 8:35 on Saturday night. Could you give us an update as to what's been going on in the world of the Spidells?
Glad to. We are now finished with the instrumental portion of song number 13.
What song is that?
That would be called Candy Apple Red. It's a song we've been working on all day and giving you progress reports. At this point, we have finished four instrumental tracks. Drums on track 1, one guitar part on track 2, a second guitar part on track 3, and we just finished the bass part on track 4. Tomorrow we'll mix them all down onto 2 tracks, leaving 2 tracks available for the vocals, which we'll fill in tomorrow. But we've gotten to the point now where it's the end is near with regard to this song, and it's shaping up to be quite a rocker.
Do you have any questions about it being finished by, let's say, 1 o'clock tomorrow?
No doubt about it.
No doubt about it?
The only unknown is how well Jeff sings tomorrow, and maybe more importantly, how well he thinks he's singing, because Jeff is a perfectionist when it comes to his voice. And
you wouldn't know it to listen to some of the tapes.
And I suspect that we'll have to go over things a few times. This is going to I have to say now for the record that this song, I believe, will tax Jeff's voice more than any song he has ever done.
Why do you say that? Is it a question of range or a question of volume and intensity?
It's a question of volume and intensity. The range it's not a hard song to sing. It's singing it with enough power to get the point across. It's a very powerful instrumental. A powerful vocal needs to accompany the instruments.
Do you see any harmonic possibilities here?
I'm not familiar enough with the melody, chorus, and bridge to, at this juncture, offer any suggestions on harmony.
Well, how is it possible that you could have done an entire rhythm track for 12 hours today and not be familiar with the melody?
Well, Jeff hasn't been singing the melody a whole lot. Whenever I sang it, he told me to shut up. So I'm not that familiar with it, but I suspect that I'll be able to come up with something brilliant in a matter of minutes.
As per usual.
That's my job. That's what I do.
Well, this has been a Spidells Update. This is Jeff Turkel.
And Mark Corallo, and we'll see you in the morning. It's the next day.
I'm writing some lyrics down. Hi, it's now 11:40 on Sunday morning. Jeff Turkel here at Spidell World Studios in Kensington, Maryland. I've been asked to update you, and this is where we are. This morning we did a mix. I'll have to refer to Mark for the details. I don't exactly know what he did. It has something to do with stereo, and I'll leave his interview to discuss that with you. With respect to the vocals, what we are doing is we're double tracking the vocals. There is the lyric sheet up there. And we've already sung everything through up until the middle 8, which we're going to do last because we're going to affect the microphones differently then. So we're just going to work around that. Right now we're going to do the last verse, and I've come up with some lyrics for the last verse. We're going to have to probably talk about it for about 2 or 3 minutes, and then I'll have the lyrics for the last verse, and we're going to do that. And then what's next? We're going to redouble track the vocals and then do the end piece, the middle piece?
Yeah.
That's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
So things are going well, making good progress. We're pleased with the sound. We think we've got a real #1 single here. We're here with Mark Corallo. It is now 10 after 1 on Sunday afternoon. Mark, what's the status?
We're all done.
How'd it go?
It went well. At this point, I'm going to say that this is our best song to date. I feel that it has. I just think it's the most enjoyable song to listen to of all the songs we've done, and it certainly was the funnest to play. especially the bass part. I'm sure you can hear that driving bass part in the back.
Wait, I'll cut to the bass part. Oh yeah.
It's just an overall good feeling song. It's high energy. I think it's an excellent addition to our album. Is it the single? Who knows? The public's going to decide what the single is. But this song seems to have appealed to women who are not normally interested in the fuzz guitar sound. And as you can hear, there's no non-affected guitar in this song. It is all heavily distorted by virtue of Jeff's new
It's upstairs.
Boss distortion pedal.
Were you seeking to tap the female fuzz market, so to speak?
Not per se, but we were looking to appeal to a broad base of listener, those that are not normally interested in the hard driving sound and those that are. And we may have captured it with this song.
Well, do you, any new engineering or recording tricks that you want to let us in on?
Each recording we do, we take another step in the production process. This particular song, we used an extremely interesting effect here. Listen with me. What we did there, you can't really appreciate it in mono, but Jeff's voice during that bridge part is sent through a machine which sends echoes alternatively in the left and right channel to give it that 60s psychedelic spacey sound. And you'll also notice there that during the bridge, Jeff had been double tracked throughout the song. There his voice drops down to a single voice.
Sound a little weak though on the mix.
Well, that's going to be boosted during the final mix for that particular part. But the fact that we go from two voices to one voice is not bad. That is the more innocent part of the song, the simple part of the song, and that drop off from more choral effect.
Well, it's a part of the song where there's much more intimacy between the singer and the listener.
Correct.
Almost as if they're having a private conversation.
Yeah, in the middle of this noise, there's this little pretty slow part. So I feel that the drop off from two voices to one is appropriate in that instance. What we're doing right now is timing the song, find out how long it is. About right here is where the fade would begin, so let me do that. We're right at 3:35.
Mark, what's next for the Spidells? You've recorded 13 of the 14 songs you hope to record. Where do we go from here?
Our 14th song is the only song that will be redone from the early Spidells touring days, after the sun goes down. We are relying on a guest guitarist to provide the lead fills necessary to complete the song, and we run into some technical difficulties in the coast-to-coast transfer of the tapes. We've had 2 attempts so far at his laying down his lead part, and so far we can't use either. We're going to make 1/3 and final attempt, making sure the communication lines are open before he puts it down so that it's something that I can use. And we should be able to finish up this album with song number 14, I would think, within a couple of hours from the time that Jeff arrives here next.
Do you think between the time Jeff arrives there next and now that you'll be doing mixing?
Yeah, that is the next thing that we're going to need to do. The latter songs have been mixed because the production techniques have improved to the point where most of those songs are basically finished. Now I have to go back and utilize some of the things which I learned earlier, or learned recently, to improve the sound that we have existing on our early recordings. Develop some stereo, boost the equalization in certain places, give it more punch. A lot of the songs now are kind of muddy.
Do you feel that there'll be a need to re-record anything?
What we've talked about is when we submit our 14, let me say that before the album goes out, I say no, we won't need to record anything. We should be able to provide a good enough quality song for to obviate the need to re-record. But what we're going to do is solicit our friends' opinions on their 3 favorite songs. And if one of the favorites, 2 of the favorites, happen to be early recordings, which are of inferior quality, I can...
You mean recording quality?
Recording
obviously.
quality. I can foresee redoing those using the knowledge that we've gained throughout the process.
You got a title for this album, Mark?
Jeff has come up with the title, and I think that it's fine, called Red Rubber Ball. Candy Apple Red. And it's a nice feeling. It sort of sums up the overall state of mind that we'd like to project with this
Kind of
album.
a 60s innocent feel.
A 60s innocent feel, yeah. And we're going to be getting to work soon on the J sleeve art for the cassette cover. But the end is in sight. This project started about, what,
November of
17,
1988.
18 months ago? And it's definitely almost finished. There's really, I mean, there's no more songs to write. At least that's finished.
You have anything you want to say to the fans? One final message?
I'd like to thank you on behalf of the group and myself, and I hope we pass the audition.
Thank you very much, Mark Corallo from Spital World Headquarters, Kensington, Maryland. This is Jeff Turkill for C-SPAN.
Good night.